Hello guys. In case you are wondering why I changed my look, well, this is actually the new avatar Nathan Barr made for me that I made myself, after his passing last year. I'm going to use this sometimes, but will stick with my main other one that I don't plan of changing anytime soon. But, I wanted to explain a few things, on why I separated all those rude employee hunting teams and why they needed to be gone and not returned to the group. The way I thought of separating them in that video was because they were nothing but trouble to the wanted employees. Because of how they handled them. It's why they are worse than they were in the past before. People weren't caring about what they went through, getting treated unfairly, and just stuff they shouldn't have did. An example is about Chip and Levi. Back in 2019, Chip and Levi feud against each other got worse after the little fight Chip had with Levi in one of his jobs. What Levi did was far worse, but Chip didn't make it better. And I hate to tell you this, but Chip went too far on that beating he gave to Levi in his 67th job. I knew how much Thog he loved his brother Chase and would never allow anyone to talk smack to him. Levi got cuts and bruises all over him after he got that beating. In real life, if an employee was being mean to you, and you decided to beat them up for it, you would get arrested, because it is considered assault and you would get in big trouble. The beatings were probably the reason they did those assault acts from the start. Even for the stupidest reasons. Such as telling someone they are too old to have that meal, or even refusing service to that customer. Why in the world would you think about beating up an employee in real life just because they were rude to you? Those for hire series are for entertainment purposes only. You already know that you don't go beat up an employee just because they gave you terrible service. However, if the employee was threatening to assault you or beat you up, then it would make sense just to defend yourself so that you wouldn't get hurt. But I have heard no news story in real life about an employee assaulting somebody and getting into a fight. Those are rare. No employees are like that in my hometown. These for hire videos are fictional and doesn't have anything to do with whatever is happening in real life. But back on topic, some of the customers in some of these episodes were not in the right minds to get revenge on those wanted employees just because of what they did on the news. This might be why they are becoming those outside people. Now, I've explained in an earlier post that the really extreme huge troublemakers out there are the Reapers, the Atlantistiums, Rubber Bandits, Chaos Coalition, the Strikers, Darkness Madness Devils, Fiery Terror Warriors, Wanted Fugitives, the Cyberdarth Squad, Crazy Lunatics, Vladimir Putin, Lamar's parents, Satan, or any other troublemaking gangs or villains that do way more worse stuff than just assaulting people. There are predators that molest women. In some states these days, there are even people on the streets. Notice when you go to like downtown Vegas, LA or stuff, there are some people out there who are homeless. After I recently heard that something got taken away from them so that they can no home to go to, which is very terrible. Now, there's gonna be some people on the streets, but some people are homeless due to drug problems. All they will want is money from you, and it's honestly quite a dangerous situation. I rather not explain, but yes, there's different kind of people in those areas. Some criminals even went as far as killing their own families and other crazy shit they've done. Those hero characters and a bunch of other people who got involved in assaulting those wanted employees is why they are getting worse. General guy now is assaulting non-troublemakers now because of what they did to other troublemakers and getting them unfairly punished. This one girl got a troublemaker named Shredder arrested, and that wasn't fair that he got punished. Plus, littering isn't a huge thing to get arrested for. If you do it many times and making a mess you might. But that video Super Mario Plush showed me was bad. Due to the fact Shredder got unfairly punished and got grounded basically for nothing. They didn't ask him how he went to jail. Instead they were like, you deserve to be arrested. I remember watching those type of videos like that, and I used to not actually care. Now, I find those videos stupid now. But let's go back to the separating rude employee teams thing. So, all the SLV heroes, the main rude employee hunters like Butters and stuff, Team Damium, Team Darren, and my old gang members and all the other people that took part of being part of the rude employee hunters are no longer going on missions with them at all. No longer. Some groups are even getting exposed after some of the rude employees made documentaries out of them, which is now becoming a trend and people are disliking them. That happened to Sage's crew last year. Now, he no longer has a crew. They've been separated just like the Meeps crew were. They were showing bad examples for people, and wouldn't let other explain the other way around. Some of the people in the crew are not even in their teens. That is seriously dangerous if trouble was happening in, then, little kids who are like 8, 10, or 7, if they were to run into a problem, they wouldn't know how to handle it because you can easily get scared as a kid just like that. The Meeps also involved other people into harassing that little girl Waffles. What the hell? She's just a little girl. I can't actually believe they got them involved with that. I don't blame what they said. Some of the members in the Meeps crew almost did the same acts as Dan Hemming did. They were not being good leaders, which probably is why some of them got assaulted from the beginning, and why all that mess occurred. One of them went as far as trying to kill the Anderson family. Just bra on that. Some even did Grand Theft Auto in real life.
What the actual hell? What? Who gave them the ticket to go do that? Grand Theft Auto is a freaking video game. You don't do something you shouldn't do in real life. No. It's not even funny. People have gotten hurt with these kind of acts. It also involves disrespecting somebody's death, which is also extremely bad.
The other worst part I find so horrible about them is them not giving any craps about Waffles and Emney's problems. Bruh. After what those girls went through, the fact for them not to care just makes them heartless. That crew just makes me sick, that I'm glad they got what they deserved. I don't want to know what happened with them, and certainly don't want to convince them to be crew members again. I'm sure nobody wants them anymore after being exposed, and how they treated poor Waffles and Enemy. Now, I know a lot of users who made those videos aren't going to delete them. They will just stay there just for other people to see. I regret what I did in those old videos, but I won't be deleting them. Those videos aren't the worst thing on earth. So I have no reason in deleting them. It took a bit making these videos, which is why I didn't do anything like what Paper Luigi 99, Samster 5677, Road Animate and what Officer Poop 247 did. Even with the devious Diesel Punishment Day thing, least it wasn't Caillou and Dora styled. I would have gotten into big trouble if I made Thomas and Sir Toppin Hat cut Diesel's private parts or something. Either way, that Punishment Day video was bad still. Now, what am I going to do about replacements for some of these teams? Well, those new hunting teams I showed you guys, they are going to join in the gang starting next week on Saturday. However, I'm going to be busy on that day, so I can't do that video. Maybe next Sunday if I'm not that busy. These 9 men will be replacement for those old gang members. They are mature and know not to take troublemakers extreme. They will participate in battles for one. Another thing is, if the wanted employees try to assault them, they will challenge them into battles. These guys are not that kind of people that would let them get assaulted badly, like that. I'm currently still the leader and will never treat them like weapons. They pretty much know how to defend themselves easily also. Names hasn't been explained yet. But if you have good names for the new members, comment below, and what name we should be called. I hope you understood why those teams were separated and should not be in those groups again. Chip chances he might return, but he has college stuff going on, so nobody is taking over Chip's place. He's going to come back. Also, Jamie is the new leader of the agency. The Video Gamer Avengers are not getting separated, they will stay, since they are going to be used in future videos and be real heroes. They won't be doing the same acts those past gang members did. The nice employees and their gang members are fine as well. So those teams are fine. So for what's coming to the channel, A Life of Go Animate episode 40 will be in production soon. More Jake for Hire is being made today, and 1 episode of The Crazy Brothers will be on its way. That is it for what I wanted to point out. Hope you have a great Independence Day.